Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. How's Eddie Frederick?
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Monday, 26 February 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group, Regional Ferry Service, to start in about 3 months. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. Regional Ferry Service to start operations within 3 months, according to Guyana's president. The Department of Public Information of Guyana reports.
The Regional Ferry Service, involving Guyana, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago, is expected to begin operations within 3 months. President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali gave the update on Saturday as he addressed the opening ceremony of the 12th annual IDB consultation with Caribbean governors. The ceremony was held at the Marriott Hotel Kingston, Georgetown on Saturday. The ferry will allow the movement of containers and passengers with the potential to boost trade relations and advance food security efforts.
We have started now the regional transportation hub, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. We have launched the first phase of this. In another 2-3 months, that ferry will begin operation. Less than that, I hope. And we are hoping now that this will instill the confidence in the private sector. And IDB invest this is an excellent opportunity to bring a regional consortium together. The Caribbean Development Bank has completed the studies on the regional transportation infrastructure, a regional ferry and cargo facility. It is an enormous opportunity for the private sector.
The president also noted that this venture signals the readiness of the 3 countries to take action to solve shared challenges in the Caribbean region.
We've launched a new slogan. Well, it's no more than a slogan. We are calling this the Coalition of the Willing. So we're not waiting for everyone. Those who are willing to start an innovative project, we will go ahead and the others will join when they're ready.
Earlier this week, discussions got underway between the 3 countries, and it was identified that they would soon form a company to drive the process for the introduction of a regional ferry service. This company would comprise directors from each country to facilitate operations.
The Foreign Affairs Minister of Trinidad and Tobago says that advancement of the Caribbean Single Market and Economy, the CSME, will be one of the important areas for discussion during CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in Guyana this week. TV6's Jewel Brown reports.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley and the other heads of government of CARICOM and their respective delegations are to begin their 46th regular meeting in Guyana on Sunday. TV6 News contacted Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Dr. Amory Brown to find out if progress can be expected on the long-proposed CARICOM Single Market and Economy, or CSME, during the CARICOM Heads meeting. The Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister said advancement of the CSME will be one of the important areas for discussion. In response to another question from TV6 News, the Foreign Affairs Minister said since the year 1999, there have been assignments of specific responsibilities within a CARICOM quasi-cabinet to lead the community's development in key sectors, as he added that in this mechanism, Trinidad and Tobago has lead responsibility on regional security and energy, and thus Prime Minister Rowley and his delegation will be contributing significantly to discussion and advancement in those areas, amongst others. Prime Minister Rowley stayed in Guyana after the energy conference there earlier this week in order to attend the upcoming CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, which begins in Guyana on Sunday. A post on Dr. Rowley's Facebook page, accompanied by photos, states that he was the chief guest at Guyana's 54th Republic Anniversary flag-raising ceremony on Thursday evening, when Guyana's President, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, delivered an address to the nation ahead of Guyana's Republic Day on Friday. There's also another post on Dr. Rowley's Facebook page which says he accepted the invitation of Guyana's Minister of Natural Resources and Guyana's Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce to visit a river lodge and research center on Thursday, which is located on the west bank of the Essequibo River. The CARICOM meeting is also set to occur as Guyana continues to be in a border dispute with Venezuela over the oil and natural gas-rich Essequibo region, which is administered by Guyana. Jules Brown, TV6 News.
In another item out of Port of Spain, the opposition is ramping up calls for newly minted Integrity Commission Chair Hayden Gittins to step down. And if he doesn't, the United National Congress is saying he should be removed solely because of the perceived conflict of interest over his appointment and relationship to state officials, most notably among them the President of the country. More in the CNC3 News item.
We call on the President, Her Excellency, to do the honorable thing if Mr. Gittins refuses to resign.
This time, the opposition's demand is based on the connection between Integrity Commission Chair Hayden Gittins and President Christine Kangaloo, having worked with her brother Wayne at what was then the Royal Bank of Trinidad and Tobago. Years prior, the Prime Minister and Finance Minister approved Gittins' position as CEO of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And he's the neighbor of House Speaker Bridget Anisette George and her husband Newman George, who is the director of the state-owned Paria Fuel Trading Company. The latter has previously held similar high-profile positions.
If the President does not revoke his appointment, if he does not voluntarily tender his resignation, the United National Congress will have to consider other options.
And what are those options? Mark refused to say, but political scientist Dr. Indira Rampasad believes he's hinting at legal action or a judicial review by the courts. More than that, Dr. Rampasad says the appearance of political interference, including that of the presidency, is worrying and a cause for concern. She believes Gittins will be under immense scrutiny because of this.
I have no intention of resigning from the commission. I thought long and hard before I accepted the appointment from Her Excellency. I am committed to devoting my energies and my efforts to making the commission a more impactful organization.
And while he declined to comment on whether he will discontinue the investigation into Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's Inez Gates property, since it is an ongoing matter, he assures he will conduct his duty fairly. Meanwhile, Princestown MP Barry Padarath says 4 Freedom of Information requests have been sent to TSTT through the UNC's agents to determine if Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez and others are culpable following last year's cyber attack.
And I also want to tell the board and executive management, the current board and executive management of TSTT, you can try to obfuscate, block, hide the information, but the opposition will see this through whether or not it requires us going to the courts.
Echoing the views of the Communication Workers Union, Padarath says the entire TSTT board should step down. He adds that the independent probe ordered by Gonzalez into TSTT cyber breach will not be accepted since the minister himself is now embroiled in the scandal. This follows comments by former TSTT CEO Lisa Agard at a Joint Select Committee on Monday.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick, in association with our friends at
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
The woman admitted to stealing $74.5 million while working as NCB financial advisor. TVJ's Raquel Porter reports.
Kadeen Thomas, who was employed at the NCB's St. Anne's Bay branch, pleaded guilty to 31 counts of uttering forged documents and 3 counts of larceny as a servant in the St. Anne Parish Court, but no evidence was offered on the charges of transfer of criminal property, access with intent to commit an offense, and forgery. During the hearing today, Her attorney, Matthew Hyatt, requested 8 months for her to make restitution, but the judge gave her until June. Her bail was subsequently extended. Thomas is to be sentenced on June 12. The prosecution contends that Thomas transferred the sums from the accounts of 3 customers between May 21, 2019 and December 20, 2022. From the first complainant, she stole over $256,000 and $9.5 million between May 2019 and December 2022. In the second case, she stole over $600,000 between June 24, 2021 and December 15, 2022. Concerning the third complainant, Thomas stole $113,500 between January 13, 2020 and October 12, 2022. Thomas was arrested last January after the transfer of at least $5 million from a customer's account sparked an investigation. Raquel Porter, TVJ News.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force Tourism Division confident visitors are safe. More in this ZNS News item.
Meantime, despite the U.S. and Canada's recent advisories about travel to the Bahamas, officer in charge of the Tourism Division, Chief Superintendent of Police Lily Smith, maintains the Bahamas is safe. Her 82-member strong team playing a major part in promoting that safety, particularly downtown, making their presence felt, interacting with local business persons and tourists. With the country's strong record-breaking 9.65 million tourist arrivals in 2023, Smith says the force responded by increasing its visibility for the safety of locals and visitors. And despite travel advisories, she says visitors have been largely unbothered.
Yesterday and today you have like 5 ships in port, and the numbers are about 22,000 strong in terms of guests, and that's inclusive of about 7,000 persons who work on the ship. They would come off the ship and come and see the sites as well. You may have your 1 or 2 persons who may have their concerns, but you still have persons that are coming off the ship and that are going to the beaches and are patronizing the vendors along the path of downtown and outside of downtown Paradise Island and the like. So you still have persons who are comfortable, and they've expressed, the officers would speak to them, they express their comfort. They may have like 1 or 2 concerns, is it safe or okay, you have that, but the numbers in that regard is not that great. You have persons saying they feel comfortable, they feel safe, especially when they see the police, they feel extra safe that they see the police, they know that it's okay and they can enjoy themselves visiting the country.
Smith encourages Bahamians and visitors alike to always be alert and aware of their surroundings, whether at home or abroad. As for the downtown area, she says her division is always on alert to provide that extra layer of safety.
To the members of the public that when you come in the downtown area, you're going to find officers from the tourism division on patrol at all times, ensuring that the Nassau downtown area is always safe. I have my deputy commander, Superintendent Rogers, along with my team, Inspector Rogers, and the like, that they ensure that we put our patrols out there and that persons coming down here, be it visitors or residents, are always in a place of safety. And when the criminal element seeks to think that they are going to disrupt that, we are going to be on the pulse of that right away to deal with it.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so clear to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.